Good morning. This is Galen Growth Asia with our Blitz Briefing series, which is a series focused on noteworthy topics highly relevant to the Asia-Pac digital health ecosystem. Today with us, we have Sebastian Gaudin, the CEO and founder of the CareVoice, a prominent digital health platform startup in China. Good morning, Sebastian. Thank you for joining us, and really looking forward to understanding all the latest exciting news from you and the CareVoice. Let's start with you. Not everybody knows you. So who are you? Why are you in China? And what brought you to start a startup in digital health?
Hi, Julian. Thanks for inviting. Very excited to be here, share our latest news with Galen Growth Asia community. So my background, I'm French. I've been working in healthcare for 20 years, mostly in pharmaceutical industry. I spent over 10 years in Sanofi, different market, North America, Europe, came in China with Sanofi in 2011. My roles have always been around corporate development, licensing drugs, or launching new drugs, marketing-driven initiative to shape markets. And yes, I think entrepreneurship has always been inside me. In the early 2000s, I was still a student. I launched a website for the recruitment of medical professionals in France. While I was in Sanofi, I launched a family business. And after 3 years in China with Sanofi, where I got exposed to a number of needs of healthcare market, I think was a very interesting country where to start my full-time entrepreneurship life with CareVoice. And the starting point was around the trust issue from people for medical services. So we started by a consumer app, but quite pivoted the model 2 years and a half ago in what we are doing now as a health insurtech company.
Great. So let's dig into that. So it's called the CareVoice. It is a China-based digital health company. How old is the CareVoice? Why did you create it? I think you touched on that just now. Give us a bit more around which pain point you're busy trying to solve. And then tell us how you actually achieve solving that pain point.
So, the company is CareVoice. We are China-based, in the same time as an international company here in Shanghai. We are really striving around making health insurance digital, but also more human. And I mentioned the initial concept of CareVoice, which was to address the trust issue for people, kind of TripAdvisor for healthcare. But actually from this pure consumer app 2C model, we fully shifted to a software enterprise, B2B2C, 2 years and a half ago, when we signed the first contract with an insurance company, which was AXA back then. And I think the shift happened because the initial model had his own challenge. Pure consumer app, you have to raise a lot of funds to grow a large user base to potentially monetize it. We didn't want to get revenues from hospitals and clinics because we wanted to remain independent. And it was a point where we started to observe a rapid privatization of healthcare in China. Very strong growth of private hospitals and clinics to address the gap from the public system. Also a pickup of the private health insurance, because still a very large amount of payout for people because social insurance doesn't cover enough. And I think insurance companies overseas and also obviously in China, where they are leapfrogging many markets, have started to think themselves beyond just a payer of a medical bill and really willing to start supporting healthcare of their members. So I think that was how we started and made this first contract with AXA, and looking at what we had with our consumer app, where we can guide the insurance member to high quality medical services and doctors with confidence, how to bring this into the context of an insurance product and in the relationship between an insurance and their members. So the very first version of our SaaS solution for insurance was really about, I can connect, I'm identified as an insurance member, and I can be back guided according to my issues, which hospital, which doctor to go, and with that level of coverage I may have from insurance. And from there, in the past two years and a half, we are really expanding our offer with now a broad technology platform and services, helping the insurance company to create this relationship, helping the members to stay healthy, to access various health services and easily use their insurance benefits.
Exciting. So the company has gone from strength to strength. I presume behind you is your office and your team. Tell us a bit more about the team then. How many are you? Where are you based? Who's focused on what? Just give us a quick flavor of the insides of the CareVoice.
So actually, I started the company alone, but when we pivoted into InsurTech, I've been joined by two co-founders. So we are three co-founders in the company with background across tech, software as a service, primary, general management, and healthcare. But we are now even a leadership team of 7 people. We've been joined by a great CTO, a VP of marketing with both B2C and B2B experience, someone who has 20 years experience in the insurance industry, and even for leading one of our business units, someone with both like entrepreneurship and healthcare and insurance. So I think we have a quite experienced and complementary leadership team. We've been like 25 up to the round, 25 people. And now with the round coming up, the team is growing quite fast. We have people in Shanghai and in Hong Kong, where last year we opened our first market outside mainland China.
Exciting. Okay, you just alluded to it then. So what is the latest, greatest, and the best news from the CareVoice then, the exciting headline?
So actually, we've just closed a launch Series A. It's an 8-figure Series A, which of course, a very sizable round with great fintech funds backing us. It's the round was co-led by 2 funds, with one who has strong base in China and one has a strong base in various other markets, and also a large global health tech fund behind us. So that gives us, I think, the means to continue our journey towards making health insurance digital and more human, and servicing millions of insurance members within the next few years. We are definitely becoming a leading health insurtech now in Asia with that round, and we will support that by expanding beyond Greater China in the next couple of months.
Are you able to share a little bit more about who those big investors are that you just referred to? But more importantly, in the, I guess, the sights of what's in it for them, why are they investing?
So I can mention a few of them. There is Loon Partners, that is headquartered in Hong Kong with offices in Shanghai, most of their team in Shanghai, but also in Tokyo. They are quite tight with fintech companies, also insurance-related portfolio companies or investors. Another one is DNA Capital. DNA Capital is a healthcare fund based in San Francisco, but actually behind it, they have a large entrepreneur group who have been investing heavily in healthcare, running health insurance. They have still 1% of United Health group. So they are like very actively in this field. So actually the composition of these investors with both fintech, insurance, and healthcare background, they have resources to help us to grow in China, but also across Asia. So I think the way to see the market is that definitely health insurance is booming across the region. China is a very good R&D center for innovation. What we've been building here resonates also to insurance player in other markets. And we have the ability, being an international team, to indeed seize what we've been building here and bring it outside. So yeah, I think it's a very good fit, and very excited with what we have ahead.
Can you share how much you raised?
The amount I mentioned is in the range of the 8 figures USD, so it gives you in the range of the 10 million US.
Exciting! Congratulations. It's an interesting question that comes up, and one that you probably won't expect me to ask, but I'm getting an increasing number of questions from people who obviously are seeing the headlines around China domestic economy slowing down for various reasons. Are you seeing that impacting your business? Are you seeing that impacting investor scrutiny, for example?
Investors, I think definitely. I think the investment in China is maybe not as good as it used to be. That said, as an international team, anyway, we didn't have the same access to capital than local teams, so we don't play with the same rules. But on the contrary, we are in a space which is very poised to growth. I think healthcare in general, health insurance in particular, is very dynamic in China. There is still a very low penetration. lots of investment from any insurance company, because more mature insurance segments, other insurance segments are maturing, and definitely they see the health insurance as the next growth engine for insurance. So I think that is definitely putting us on a very good macro trends. Up consumption, access to better healthcare, the support of the government, employers granting more benefits to their staff so that they can retain people in the context of more competition. So that all are very good growth driver for CareVoice.
Fantastic. So one final question in relation to your raise, and congratulations again. It's impressive. As an international within the China market, what's your top tip to someone like you trying to raise funding, building a startup in China?
Resilience.
Yes.
Resilience for sure. No, you need to find your own unfair advantage. If you try to build something that Chinese team can build, you may have some trouble. So I think with the fact that we moved into this private health insurance sector was good, because it's the growth are driven by international standards, and it's a pretty new market. So you have few people locally grow up that has this background. A few years ago, private health insurance was inexistent here. When they need to hire a GM for health insurance companies are really struggling. Actually, many local insurers have been doing either getting as a shareholder international insurer, or using international insurance to help them on building and designing health insurance products. So we are definitely we have an advantage, an unfair advantage versus local team in this field, and I think that's pretty cool. After your question about like funding, it means that you're gonna have to make even more your the proof or to show more ability over time, so that you can get the confidence especially from local investors. When we did the first round of angel investments, it was late 2015. One significant angel investor, Chinese one, was supposed to invest, finally didn't do it. So we did the round only with China-based or European-based, but more international angels. And actually, in the previous VC round, that investors came in alongside with another Chinese investor. So it was 18 months ago, our first Chinese investors. That's good. In this round, again, we have one fund who have like solid background in China. So of course, but it took some time before getting the confidence, and you have to demonstrate you have both an advantage, but then you can also deliver here in China.
Cool, thank you. Final question: will you be joining us at the Galen Growth Asia Summit 2019 in Singapore in November to celebrate?
So I'd love to. Actually, I came 2 years ago. It was, I think, the first CEO Health Tech Summit. I had a really great time, met a number of peers. And last year, unfortunately, I was not able to come. It was really a very intense period. So definitely myself, my co-founders, we plan to go there. I think it's particularly interesting in the case of CareVoice, where our latest product innovation, CareVoice OS, is about also building an ecosystem of health tech and insurtech inside the platform, so that we can really fully support an end-to-end experience for insurance member. And that can only happen with third parties that come inside the OS. We're very glad because we have already lined up a number of very leading health tech and insurtech. In the first version of the OS, we just introduced to insurers. But of course, with what we've built, the ecosystem we've built within Galen Growth Asia, I think it's a great platform for any health tech to exchange with peers, but potentially also strike some partnerships.
Great, thank you very much. We look forward to welcoming you in Singapore. Thank you again for your time. Congratulations to you and the team for a fantastic achievement. And of course, now having all the fuel you need to take your CareVoice to the next level of growth and capabilities. Thank you for contributing to this latest Blitz briefing for Galen Growth Asia.
Thank you, Julian, for the questions, and look forward to meet you in person soon.